I was born in Ecuador and spent some time living there because my parents are mom from Ecuador and dad from Germany. Basically moved forward and backwards pretty much all the time. Started studying hotel business in 1998, I think it was, no, 1997 in fact, and continued my studies in Ecuador and then did some languages and yeah. That's basically who I am. I'm currently working with Audi, so filmmaking is not my only occupation this time. So basically what I do is throughout the day I work with Audi as international customer services agent, and any spare time after that is devoted to filmmaking. Because it's incredibly fun to do. Yes, in fact, I've always dreamed about becoming a filmmaker of some sort. Initially, it was becoming an actor, because it's the first thing you see when you turn on your TV or when you go to the movies, is becoming a famous actor. And but I love the idea of writing stories and being a director. I think when I was 10 or 11, I wrote my first experimental script with friends, and we never got around to doing a lot. And yeah, it's real fun. I think that's the main reason. Yes, I do. It's something that would fulfill me, and I do believe in the possibility of finding a way of the balance between things that you love doing and at the same time allowing you to enjoy life a little bit. So yes, I do expect to. The first step would obviously be make sure that Children of Kings becomes a success. It's my first film project, and I strongly believe that if everything goes well and the Children of Kings becomes the success that we expect it to be, it's going to be the starting point for more projects to come. Children of Kings is an action drama set in South America of the 19th century. It basically follows the story of Juana Azurduy and her family throughout the first steps of independence back then, when the Aymara rebels started moving against the Spaniards. And it's basically a combination. I try to put together a script that has historical content, but at the same time is as personal as it can get. Combining emotions and lots of drama, intense action. It's sometimes quite brutal, but that's the way war was. But trying to tell it in a very modern way. So take a story that people can connect with and tell it in a modern fashion. I've always had a knack for history, independence history of the South American people, and in fact I stumbled across it pretty much by accident. I was researching on some other stuff that I wanted to write about, and I stumbled across that story, and I was well, captivated straight away, and it interested me a lot because of the different aspects that it had, because it's a mother and at the same time it's a wife, and you have the 4 children, so it's a bit more than just a typical war, freedom, hero story. It's a very personal thing, and because you can transport the story from the 19th century to the 21st century and even beyond that, it becomes a lot more than that. It becomes intense. The trailer was the concept for promotion, the main pillar for that concept. The first thing was that because of my lack of experience, because I've never done anything with film before, I haven't studied it, I don't have the contacts, I haven't done any work within the film industry. I believe that it would be very hard to get into that industry without first showing what you can do. So the idea first was, okay, let's show people what we can do, and show people that it's an interesting project, that's a project worth working with, and that's how you raise the interest and get people on board, get a crew on board, investors, and basically try to gain my credentials as a filmmaker using a trailer. as a teaser. Well, there were quite a few challenging things actually, but I believe one of the interesting, well, challenging aspects was the combining or trying to coordinate so many people at the same time. We had in the end a crew plus cast of about 40 to 45 people, coordinating meetings between everyone, and doing the rehearsals during the weekend when everybody had to work at the same time or study at the same time. It was quite difficult. Everybody knew that they were doing it for free, so all their other aspects in their lives had a priority, work and study, so they were doing it in their free time, for which I'm very thankful. But it was quite difficult to get, for example, all the actors for one specific day to the ranch to rehearse with the animals. So this is one of the challenging things. The animals were another very challenging things, because working with animals is quite, interesting. You have to learn a lot about animals first, and then you have to see whether the animals are willing to work with you. But yeah, there you go. These, I think, coordinating these all these separate elements was the most challenging thing. Yeah. Well, some of the unexperienced people, none of us were stuntmen. There is a sword fighting scene which I rehearsed with a good friend of mine pretty much every week, and he was keen on participating, and we managed to, well, choreograph everything pretty neatly. But with the others, without lots of experience, it was sometimes a bit of a risk to do this or to do that. Some had fighting experience, I mean martial arts experience, so that did help a lot, because we could introduce some choreographies and rehearse them. But everything else was, just try out and see what happens. Well, the first step was obviously the trailer. This is our presentation card, and the first step, well, the second step is crowdfunding. We believe that it's very important to establish a fan base first, to let people know that we're here, what project we're currently working on, to show them the potential of the project, why it's so different, and why it's worth supporting it. And with that fan base, we want to show the potential to investors, to people who could help us produce the film, make the film become reality. But this is first show them what lies behind the name Children of Kings, and then pull them on board. Well, I haven't got any experience in crowdfunding. In fact, it was a hot tip I got from an ex-colleague of mine. She's a writer, and she heard about crowdfunding and wrote me a quick message about it. So that's how I got into it. But I believe that it was one of the most effective ways to get the project out in the public, to allow people to see what we're currently doing. And if they say, okay, I don't have the money to support it, but at least they know it's there. They talk to people, and so through word of mouth things get rolling. So this is basically what crowdfunding was about. It was, or is about, it was getting the project out in the public and make sure that people start talking about it. Basically because it was the first one I got proposed, and because many of the aspects of the production, pre-production and post-production, are going to be, or plan to be, in Germany. We are targeting the German market, the German fan base first. Startnext is constructed in German, and now that we are here, we use this as a starting point, and then extend to the other platforms. Because it's a project full of potential. It's different in nature. It's something that has never been done in South America, and neither in the nature nor in the scope of the project has ever been attempted in South America like that. And well, because it's a great project, I believe this is this is the most simple answer. It's a great combination of so many things, and this is why it's so much fun, and it's so much worth doing, because it could mean the launch of so many other things, including getting to know more about South American history and South American geography and Bolivia and Argentina, which are so unexplored at this time, geographically sometimes, and even on an industry level, cinematic industry level. That is definitely worth using this project maybe as a starting path for these things.